Most people believe that as long as they stay active and follow a few basic health habits, their blood flow should naturally stay strong with age. It sounds reasonable. It feels right. And for many years, that's exactly what people have been told. Move more, eat better, stay consistent. But what if I told you that one of the most common daily habits, something you probably do without even thinking, could be quietly slowing your blood flow every single day? Not in a dramatic way, not in a way that immediately alarms you, but slowly, over time, affecting how your body feels, how your energy moves, and how well your system supports you. Because here's what I started noticing, especially in people over 60. Some of the most disciplined individuals, people who walked regularly, who avoided unhealthy foods, who tried to stay active, were still experiencing cold hands and feet, low energy, and a sense that their body just didn't feel as responsive as it used to. That didn't make sense. So instead of asking what they were doing wrong, I started asking a different question. What are they doing every single day that nobody ever questions? Let me give you a simple example. Have you ever felt like your body just doesn't flow the same way anymore? Like your movements feel heavier, your recovery feels slower, and your energy doesn't circulate the way it once did. That's not always just aging. Sometimes it's a pattern, a daily routine that keeps your body from fully supporting proper circulation. Because your blood flow doesn't just depend on movement, it depends on how your body is being used throughout the day. And when certain habits are repeated over and over, they can begin to work against your system instead of supporting it. In this video, I'm going to show you what that habit is, why it affects your blood flow more than you realize, and what simple change can begin to improve how your body feels. Because once you understand this, you may start to look at your daily routine in a completely different way. Now let's take a closer look at what actually happens inside your body when your blood flow begins to slow down. Because this is where everything starts to connect. Your body depends on circulation for almost everything. Every organ, every muscle, every part of your system relies on a steady flow of blood to function properly. Blood carries oxygen, it delivers nutrients, and it removes waste from your cells. When this flow is smooth and efficient, your body feels lighter, more responsive, and more energized. But when that flow begins to slow down, even slightly, the effects begin to show. Not all at once, not in a dramatic way, but gradually. You may start to feel colder than usual. Your hands and feet may not feel as warm. Your movements may feel heavier, and your energy may feel less stable. Now here is something important to understand. This is not always caused by a major problem. In many cases, it comes down to how your body is being used throughout the day, especially after the age of 60. Because as you get older, your circulation system becomes more sensitive. Your blood vessels become less flexible. Your muscles don't assist circulation as efficiently, and your system relies more on proper movement and timing. Now here's where the problem begins. Most people unknowingly repeat certain habits every single day. Habits that seem normal, habits that feel harmless. But over time, they begin to affect how blood moves through the body. One of the biggest factors is how long your body stays in one position. Think about how much time you spend sitting. At the table, on a chair, watching something, or simply resting. Sitting itself is not the problem. The problem is how long and how often it happens without interruption. When you stay in one position for too long, your muscles are not actively helping your circulation. Blood flow in your lower body slows down. Your veins are not being supported by muscle movement, and your system becomes less efficient at moving blood back toward the heart. Now imagine this happening repeatedly throughout the day, not just once, but multiple times. Your body begins to adapt to that pattern. It becomes used to reduced movement, and over time, that affects how your circulation responds even when you do move. Now here is another important point. Your muscles play a major role in circulation, especially in your legs. Every time you walk, stand, or shift your weight, your muscles act like a pump. They help push blood through your system. But when those muscles are inactive for long periods, that pumping action is reduced. And this is where many people begin to feel a difference. Their steps feel heavier, their legs feel tired more quickly, and their overall movement feels less smooth. Not because they are doing something obviously wrong, but because their daily pattern is not supporting proper circulation. Now let's go a step deeper. When your circulation slows down, your body has to work harder to maintain balance. Your heart may need to push a little more. Your system becomes less efficient, and your energy distribution becomes uneven. This is why some people feel tired even without doing much, or why their body feels slower even when they try to stay active. Now take a moment and think about your own routine. How often do you move throughout the day? Not just once, but consistently. Do you give your body regular signals to keep circulation active? Or do you spend long periods in the same position? Because that difference matters more than most people realize. And the key point here is simple. It's not just about exercise. It's about how your body is used throughout the entire day. Small patterns repeated daily shape how your circulation functions. And when those patterns are not balanced, your blood flow begins to slow down gradually. In the next part, we're going to look at another common daily habit that contributes to this problem, and why even people who believe they are staying active can still experience poor circulation without realizing the real cause. Now let's go deeper into another daily habit that quietly affects your blood flow, because this is something many people overlook, especially if they believe they are already staying active. You may walk every day. You may try to move around. You may feel like you are doing enough. And yet, your body still feels slow. Your circulation doesn't feel as strong, and your energy doesn't move the way it used to. That's because blood flow is not only about movement, it's also about how your body responds between those moments of movement. Let's look at something very simple. How often you interrupt your body's natural rhythm throughout the day. Many people move for a short period, then stop, then sit again, then move briefly and repeat this pattern. At first, this may seem fine, but over time, this stop and start pattern begins to affect how your circulation behaves. Because your body never fully builds momentum, your system is constantly resetting, never reaching a steady flow. And that inconsistency makes your circulation less efficient. Now, here is another habit that plays a major role. How you breathe throughout the day. Most people don't think about this at all, but your breathing directly affects your circulation. When your breathing is shallow and limited, your oxygen levels are not fully optimized. And when oxygen delivery is reduced, your body has to work harder to maintain balance. Now, think about how often your breathing becomes shallow. When you sit for long periods, when you are focused on something, or when your posture is slightly collapsed. Your chest doesn't expand fully, your diaphragm doesn't move properly, and your breathing becomes restricted. This creates a subtle but continuous effect on your circulation. Not enough to feel immediately, but enough to build over time. Now let's connect this to posture, because posture and breathing are closely linked. When your posture is slightly forward or collapsed, your chest space becomes limited. Your body is not aligned in a way that supports efficient circulation. And this is something that happens very naturally without you even realizing it. Sitting slightly forward, looking down, resting in a relaxed but closed position. These positions feel comfortable, but they are not ideal for how your body functions. Over time, they begin to affect how your blood moves through your system. Now here is another important point. Your circulation system responds best to consistency, not just movement, but consistent support throughout the day. This means giving your body regular signals, not just occasional ones. Small, frequent adjustments. Standing up, shifting your position, taking a few steps, opening your posture, taking a deeper breath. These actions may seem minor, but they create a pattern that supports steady blood flow. Now compare that to the opposite pattern. Long periods of stillness followed by short bursts of movement. That pattern does not support efficiency. It keeps your system from reaching a stable rhythm, and over time, that is what leads to slower circulation. Now, take a moment to think about your daily routine again. Not just whether you move, but how you move. Do you give your body consistent support throughout the day? Or do you rely on short moments of activity followed by long periods of stillness? Because that difference matters, and it often explains why some people feel active but still experience poor circulation. Now here is something important to remember. Your body is always adapting. It responds to the patterns you repeat. If those patterns support circulation, your system becomes more efficient. If they do not, your body adjusts in the opposite direction. And this is why small habits have such a big impact over time. In the next part, we are going to bring these patterns together and show you what simple changes you can make to support your blood flow consistently, so your body begins to feel lighter, more active, and more responsive again. Now that you understand how these daily patterns affect your blood flow, the next step is to look at what you can actually do to change it in a simple and practical way. Because the goal is not to completely change your lifestyle. The goal is to adjust the way your body is used throughout the day, so your circulation can work the way it is supposed to. Let's start with the most important idea. Your body needs consistent movement, not just occasional activity. This means you are not relying on one walk or one short session of exercise to support your circulation. Instead, you are giving your body regular signals throughout the day, signals that keep your blood moving. A simple way to begin is by breaking long periods of stillness. If you are sitting, do not stay in the same position for too long. Every so often, stand up. Take a few steps. Shift your weight. Even these small actions help your muscles support circulation. Now here is something important to understand. Your leg muscles play a major role in moving blood through your body. They act like a pump. Each time you move, they help push blood back toward your heart. But when you remain still, that support is reduced. So by simply standing and moving regularly, you are helping your body maintain better flow. Now let's talk about posture, because this is something many people overlook. When your posture is open and upright, your body is in a position that supports better circulation. Your chest has space to expand, your breathing improves, and your system works more efficiently. But when your posture is closed or slightly forward, your body becomes compressed. Your breathing becomes shallow. Your circulation becomes less efficient, and your energy flow is affected. So a simple adjustment here can make a difference. Sit upright. Open your chest. Allow your body to align naturally. Now let's add another layer. Breathing. This is one of the simplest but most powerful ways to support circulation. Take a moment during the day to breathe more fully. Slow, steady breaths. Allow your chest to expand. Allow your body to relax. This improves oxygen flow and supports your circulation without any effort. Now here is another key step. Consistency. It is not about doing everything perfectly. It is about repeating simple actions throughout the day. Standing regularly, adjusting your posture, taking a few steps, breathing more fully. These small habits begin to create a pattern, and that pattern is what your body responds to. Now as you begin to apply these changes, you may notice something. Your body feels lighter. Your movements feel smoother. Your energy becomes more stable. These are signs that your circulation is improving. Not because of one big change, but because of many small adjustments. Now take a moment to think about your routine again. Not just what you do, but how often you do it. Because frequency is what shapes your body's response. Once you begin to support your body consistently, it starts to respond in a different way. And that is when real change begins. In the final part, we are going to bring everything together into a simple routine you can follow every day without overthinking it, so your blood flow stays supported naturally and your body feels more active and balanced throughout the day. Now let's bring everything together into a simple and practical routine you can follow every day without overthinking it, so your blood flow stays supported naturally and your body feels lighter, more active, and more responsive. Because at the end of the day, this is not about doing something extreme. It's about making small adjustments that work with your body instead of against it. You've already seen how daily habits can quietly slow your circulation, how long periods of stillness affect your muscles, and how posture and breathing influence how your blood moves through your system. Now the goal is to turn that awareness into a simple daily pattern. Start with the way you structure your day. Do not rely on one moment of activity to carry you through the entire day. Instead, think in terms of regular support. If you are sitting, give your body a break from that position every so often. Stand up, take a few steps, shift your weight. These small movements reactivate your muscles. And as your muscles engage, they help move blood through your system. Now, let's make this even simpler. You don't need a strict schedule. You just need a consistent reminder to avoid staying in one position for too long. Every time you change your activity, you are helping your body maintain flow. Now, bring your attention to posture. Throughout the day, check how you are sitting or standing. Is your body slightly closed? Are your shoulders forward? Is your chest compressed? If so, gently adjust. Sit upright. Open your chest. Allow your body to align naturally. This creates more space for your system to function properly. Now, add breathing to this pattern. Take a few moments during the day to slow down your breathing. Not in a forced way, just steady, controlled breaths. Allow your body to relax as you breathe. This supports oxygen flow and helps your circulation work more efficiently. Now, here is something important. These actions are simple on their own, but their power comes from repetition. When you repeat them consistently, your body begins to adapt. It becomes more efficient. Your circulation becomes more stable, and your overall energy improves. Now, let's connect this to how you feel. As your blood flow improves, you may notice that your body feels different. Your movements feel smoother, your legs feel less heavy, your energy feels more balanced. These are signs that your system is responding, not because of one big change, but because of a pattern you have created. Now, take a moment to think about your current routine. Where are the long periods of stillness? Where are the moments where your body is not being supported? Because those are the areas where small changes can make the biggest difference. Now, here is the key idea to remember. Your body does not need perfection. It needs consistency. Even if you make small adjustments throughout the day, they begin to add up. And over time, those small changes create a noticeable improvement in how your body feels and functions. Now let me leave you with one final thought. Blood flow is not something you fix once. It is something you support every day, through simple actions, through awareness, and through consistency. When you start giving your body the right signals regularly, it responds naturally. It begins to move the way it is supposed to. Now I want to ask you something. How often do you stay in the same position without realizing it? Take a moment and think about your day, because that answer might explain more than you expect. Take care of your body. It has been supporting you for years. Now it's your turn to support it the right way. And remember, this is general information. Before making any changes, always talk to your doctor, because your situation is unique, and that conversation matters.